Hello guys, this is Orangesherbet, and today I'm going to be previewing the Epoch 1.0.5 patch and showing you guys some of the highlights from the patch notes, some of the new changes, and some things you definitely have not seen before. Let's get started. Thought I'd make a little video to remind people of some of the changes that you're going to be seeing in the new patch and some exciting things that you haven't seen before. And one of the first things you'll notice, I'm in one of the Day Zero buildings. Yep, thanks to Tanzian and the Day Zero crew, we now have the Day Zero interval buildings added. And this is one of them right here, this little service station. There are loot positions added to all of them. Now, if you're paying attention during this video, you'll notice maybe some issues with the loot spawning. That's kind of a work in progress as we're still testing, but you can see this really does change the Northwest Airfield quite a bit. Because if you played Day Zero before, all these buildings here will have some loot in them. So, a lot more things for the players to discover. And what I've seen as a player in Epoch is that the Northwest Airfield isn't always a hotspot on Chernarus. But now it just may very well be, as there will be a bit more loot for players to discover. So it may redistribute the players around a little bit more, which is always a good thing. Maybe move the hot spots from the trader zones to some other areas like traditional DayZ back in the day. I'm going to travel to another spot and show you guys a few more buildings. Be right back. Alright, so I'm back, and as I'm running around checking out a couple of these buildings, I wanted to clarify something I said in the previous segment about the loot spawning. It is due to changes. I will link the changelogs down below, but it is due to the... I'm going to read it right off the changelog here. Back-end loot system based on DayZ 1.8. So that's the reason why some of the loot mechanics are still kind of working out the code for that at the moment. As you can see, we're just going to look around here and how this has changed this area. So you got 3 more buildings to check out, all with loot. And the reason why there's no zombies spawned is that I landed my little Mozzie Moz near these buildings, so that's exactly why they decided not to spawn this time. If I run away a little bit, they'll spawn. I'm just gonna fly over to Cherno now and show you guys a few more of the buildings and show you my favorite of the new buildings, which I say new to Epoch, but not new per se. Good old Cherno. I'm just gonna go ahead and land on the edge of the city. I'm gonna run in and kind of take a look at any buildings I would find that are new. Chop this up a little bit so you guys, so I don't take up too much time in the video, and we will see what's new. So right on my 11 o'clock there is Sequisha's building, which has been in for a while, but if people don't know what it is, I'm just going to go ahead and run over there really quick and show you that first. Yeah, it's really, my breath took a lot of energy to fly that Mozzie, apparently. Find this in Electro as well. There's another one here in Cherno. This is pretty good. You'll find some industrial and military spawns in here. This isn't new, but I'm just showing it because some people haven't seen it. Just a really brief look. I can use a soda. Got an upper floor as well. There's loot there and there, all along the platforms there. What did I just do? Actually drink the soda. Okay, there we go. Alright, you can see this building is right across from the grocery store here in Cherno. Similar to something you'd see, kind of looks like the standalone. I shouldn't make that comparison, but yeah. It's one of the buildings that is interval and standalone as well. See the UI has changed a little bit on the bottom right. Something I'll direct your attention to. The icons are a little bit bigger. It's just a basic enterable house. Adds a little bit more looting for the players. And I'm just beelining it right over to my favorite enterable building, of the new ones. I always thought this little police station should be. I always liked it when I played Day Zero. It's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. A little break room and bathroom and all that shit. Then make my way over to the hospital now. See, here we are at the hospital. You can see it's a little different. A little different looking. You'll notice that the glass here is broken right there. You're not going to be able to break this glass, man. You know? So you gotta be careful. Most people would say, oh, break the glass in the middle right here. But no, it's pre-broken. Hopefully you don't cut your leg as you're running in. But yeah. This is one of the more popular enterable buildings, I'd say, for Day Zero. I'm just gonna run this path, show you guys basically some of the things you'll find. Pretty neat though. It adds a little bit different area for the players to loot and a strategic position too. A little camping. If you heard some gunshots and sure, you could come in here and take cover. You can also make your way down through the staircase. Pretty neat, I'd say. Again, not new, but new to Epoch for sure. And kind of an exciting change for the players. Something for the players to sink their teeth into. Alright, so we found one more building. The last building to show you is this little quaint yellowish house. You notice it's right down the street from the grocery store here in Cherno. I'll go inside of it at the risk of my own life as the zombies are coming. Yeah, that's pretty much the last of the enterable buildings that you're gonna see here on Chernaris. So I'm gonna move on to a few other things. We're gonna actually switch over to Napf. Show you guys some of the new stuff in the version of that map. Here's one of the new buildings for Napf. It's essentially that, if you recognize the shape of it, it's a simple 2-story house. I built the base in one of these houses one time. It's got that little camo look to the outside of it. So it's placed right here on the AWOL's airfield area up here, where we're at. As you can see, there's a few Day Zero buildings around as well. There's a couple of the service stations that I'm going to aim at right there. And also one of the new camo buildings. I'm not going to go back over there and through them, but that's where they are. Found this building over by just in like an industrial area near a barn. It's kind of got the same, looks like it's got the same, it has a different door. Thought maybe it had a door that made a noise, but it doesn't. It's like a abandoned house. 2 stories. Pretty cool. Sort of a small update to the new build of Epoch, but you can switch seats in the helis again. So you can go in between all of them. No errors. Touch, but it definitely does help. It's noted in patch notes who's credited with each of these commits. Just wrapping things up, guys, and I'm showing here, this is the USEC CH-53 Super Stallion. This is currently available in the Bandit Hero Traders in the new patch for 2 or 3 briefcases. Not exactly sure the pricing on that, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be pretty cool. It's a unique vehicle that's going to be fairly well armored, but obviously it's a non-combat vehicle. But it does obviously fit. It's going to fit I would assume a lot of gear and players in it. I'm just going to wrap up by listing the last few things in the changelogs. To note, you can customize transfusion settings for self-transfusions. That's something the server admins can do. Default player skin for fresh spawns, selected randomly. Accepts SD clips now. Loading patient is now working. Just a few little things here. You consume food and drink in a vehicle, it's going to add that to the gear. But that's really about it, guys. And switching skins while wearing a backpack, that's kind of a big deal for players. Those of you that are interested in the Arma 3 development of Epoch, definitely follow them on Twitter, like them on Facebook, all that stuff. I'll provide the social media for that, but they are hard at work, but still supporting DayZ Epoch, and there's a lot of community members that have been committing things, community developers rather. It's been a big help, so thanks to them and those that help test this patch, and we're looking forward to seeing it live on the servers. This is Orangesherbet, and I hope you guys have a good day.